Are you ready to see me replace my assistant when it comes to managing a lot of my content? Now, this is the fourth video in the series that I'm doing where I'm walking you through step by step how I'm replacing my executive assistant with AI. And the cool plot twist is I have my assistant with me doing it. Hi, Annie.
Hi, everyone.
So in the last almost month, we've been going through a lot of Honey's tasks, what she's doing, and we've been essentially following what I've been calling the bullseye framework, where basically we start with the B as blueprint or brain dump, where we're walking through what are essentially just putting it all out there. What are the current things that she's doing daily, weekly, monthly? And this is the same process that you would want to do for yourself as well. O is essentially organizing, so making sure it's all in one place, making sure it's visible, and making sure that you see what are the tools that's needed for it, what assets are needed for it. And then the S is Systematize, which is basically creating your standard operating procedure for all of the tasks they're doing, making sure it's documented. And luckily for 2XU, all of our executive assistants are trained on how to create their own SOPs. So that one was largely skipped. And in the last two, which is automate and integrate, we're basically now building the AI agents essentially to replace Honey in a lot of the current work that she's doing. Now, in the last video, we created an AI agent that will basically go through my emails and then start flagging them based off of Honey's own SOP. So for you, Honey, what was that whole process like for you of seeing the AI kind of agent like crawl through my Gmail and do the work that you're currently doing?
For me, ChatGPT is really interesting each flow. So for email, I kind of find it cool and amazing as well. Because aside from me, there's AI to determine it for me. So you can think how many minutes I can save. Like for me, manually going through the email, well, AI just saying, "Oh, here's the one you should bump Leanne with." So yeah, super cool.
Yeah, so if you remember, we used Claude, not ChatGPT for that one.
Oh yeah.
We basically, yeah. So it was basically having Claude turn the SOP you created into a skill that now essentially knows, again, that step-by-step of your SOP. So then it can just do that at any time that you prompt it, any time that you ask it. And we've set it up as a scheduled, or basically before you even start working, it already does the work before you come into work. And basically you just have to double check and review everything else because you have the context, you're the relationship manager still. And essentially you're just double checking the work that AI does. Is that right?
Yes, I think I mentioned ChatGPT because I've been using ChatGPT for 3 years now. So using Claude seems like new to me. So that's why I said it's really interesting because it's a different tool, and then we're kind of observing what Claude does and what makes it better. So yeah.
Amazing. And one of the key reasons why we switched anyway from ChatGPT to Claude is really just the Claude Skills part. Is the part where we can train it once. It doesn't have to be, right now we know there's like custom GPTs, but the problem with custom GPTs is you have to open essentially the custom GPT to make it run that way, versus for Claude, it saves the skills, your SOP as a skill, so then you can run it at any time, right?
Right. And then we also discussed about the MD or Markdown file. So if you haven't watched the previous video, you can absolutely watch that again. So yeah, there's a lot of things to discover and explore with Claude.
Exactly. Okay. So to start us off, can you walk me through the current content flow that you have, that you've mapped out on how you're currently managing a lot of my content?
All right, let's do it. So first, let me introduce you to my Leanne Voice Writer. So Leanne Voice Writer play the biggest role for my content task. It's because all of the content or all of the LinkedIn posts that are getting repurposed go through this Leanne Voice Writer. So this refines Leanne's tone, how Leanne writes, and then that's actually what you guys have seen on her LinkedIn profile, on her post. So this is my Leanne Voice Writer. So for all of the content being repurposed, I use this Leanne Voice Writer to refine that. So first task that I have to go through would be the content repurposing from transcript to LinkedIn post. So the main source for all of the content being repurposed is of course the main video. So I grabbed the transcript from there. So as mentioned on one of the previous videos, I'm using this ChatGPT summary tool, but you can also use any preferred tool. So Yeah, so from the main video, I grab the transcript, I feed it to AI. So this is for LinkedIn post only. So for example, I asked this writer to generate 3 to 4 LinkedIn posts for me. So from there, ChatGPT for now will generate 3 to 4 posts, and then I have to read it, and then I'll just identify which post would be best for this week, which post would be best to next week. So we actually have three pillars for posting our content. So we just need to find out which angle or which context will be posted for this week. So that's it for LinkedIn posts. And of course, for LinkedIn posts, this will also go through with the Leanne voice writer. So if I said earlier, all of the content will actually go through that writer for it to be refined and sounds like Leanne. So next would be repurposing short video transcripts. So this is from Opus. So we use Opus clip for shortening our videos for YouTube Shorts, Reels, and even post videos on LinkedIn. So here, once I have the main video, I feed it to Opus, and then Opus will identify which parts are really good. So Opus also have this AI thing. So before they don't have that. It's just they really just got different flow. But now you can actually ask AI to just, for example, capture the aha moments from this video. So Opus can generate it for you. And then they also have this AI hook as well. So from there, I can easily grab which videos are really good. And then from there, Opus will generate the short videos and then with the caption. So from that short video, the caption, I will feed it to this AI assistant or GPT. And then, for example, I will say, grab the message of this transcript, please generate a good LinkedIn post. And ChatGPT will generate the LinkedIn post based on the short video transcript I give it. So I read that LinkedIn post, and then after that, I feed it again to my Leanne voice writer as a final step before posting it to LinkedIn. So yeah, that's the usual process. And then of course, grabbing the video, downloading it, and then post it with the LinkedIn post. So the main tool really here is the Leanne voice writer. So for all of the content I was doing, I actually make sure that all of those go through with the Leanne voice writer. So next would be repurposing YouTube transcripts into carousel outline plus caption. So this is the same thing. Actually, you can imagine it like I have this one video, and then this one video will turn into LinkedIn post, short videos, and then with a actual LinkedIn post as well. And then we have this as a third one would be the carousel outline plus the caption. So with the same video, with the same video transcript, I feed it to AI, and then let's say I will ask it to please generate a carousel outline based on this main video, and then after that, please generate caption that is not it will not tease the content of the overall outline, something like that. So from there, it will actually generate outlines. Like for example, for slide one should be title, next would be the hook, something like that, and the flow will go through from there. And then for the caption, this is the important part as well, because the caption will also go through the Leanne's voice right there, because of course I will post it on LinkedIn, I will post it on Instagram, so it really need to be refined based on Leanne's tone. So for now, I'm actually using Canva to actually create the graphic, but for the outline, it's actually ChatGPT who laid out for me, who structured it for me. So yep, that's it for this. And then for the last three content tasks, the same flow based on the other three that I just walk you through. So from there, I create YouTube titles, like alternative titles for SEO, the caption, and then articles. For articles, this doesn't have to go through Leanne's voice writer because I really need to review it if the title is correct, the flow of the article plus the video match. So that's it. And then I think for the articles, I need the Leanne's voice writer if there's certain examples that I need to attach to the articles. So that's it. And then of course, from there, articles, it also should have caption, like when we post articles on LinkedIn. So I need to grab that as well and feed it to Leanne's voice writer. And then of course, for our Skill You podcast, this is like every 3 months. So I think this task could be like monthly for me. So same thing with the YouTube titles. I asked ChatGPT to generate alternative tags, description, hashtags, and then for that episode or for the caption, I use the 2XU voice writer instead of Leanne's, because this will be posted on the 2XU social media. So yep, that's it. So these are the content tasks basically that will go through AI. And then the main tool here is Leanne's voice writer. So that's the game changer part here.
So to basically as a recap of like the process that I'm currently doing when it comes to managing my content. So from the YouTube video, you turn it into you grab the transcription and then you turn or create essentially LinkedIn posts from there that you can schedule out for later on. And then you grab also into like the article, you grab it into the post for Instagram, you grab it for the carousel basically as well for both Instagram and LinkedIn. And for each platform, of course, you ask it to write the caption a little bit differently because each one will need it. So YouTube video, transcript, prepare the text output basically. That's the article, the carousel, the captions, and the actual posts from it. And then on the video side, this probably will still be a little bit manual, at least for now, is the YouTube into Opus clip, because the Opus clip will basically post into everywhere else. But then even the captions for that, you still run it through the Leanne writer, right?
Yep. And then super cool with Opus because they already have this AI feature. So before they don't have that, so it's like harder for me to go through each video if this will be posted or not. So that's why I really kind of like using Opus for short video clips.
Gotcha. Perfect. So let's go ahead and actually create that into a kind of a usable workflow for you using Claude. So we created essentially it's going to be in incognito mode because I wanted to create something new for everyone to see. I just created this account just today as something that Honey will now start using as well. So you can see it even says, free plan upgrade, you'll get set up with Claude. This is an actual fresh account. Now, when it comes to setting up Claude, there's a lot of different ways that you can get started with it. One is you can also just ask it like what security measures should be keeping in mind, what should be installed. But again, just for this video, we're going to be focusing on replacing a lot of the work that you're currently doing of just having to go back and forth with the Leanne writer, having to go back and forth with creating the different types of content from the YouTube transcript. So we're going to start this off with actually me uploading my own current Leanne writer MD file. So I'm going to go into Customize, I'm going to go into Skills, and then typically for most Claude accounts, it already has a skill creator file inside of it. You don't have to do anything. On this, later on, you can add more skills basically based off of what is usually recommended from Claude. But again, for the purpose of this video, we're going to upload a skill I already have. So here I have a Leanne social media style. This is one that I already have been working on myself on basically how I write. I've been feeding it a lot of my own content. If you guys want a little tutorial on how to be able to create your own writer style, I'll probably do another video of that later on. But basically, it says write social media posts in Leanne Lacaba's exact voice and format for Instagram and LinkedIn. Use the skill whenever Leanne asks for social media posts, caption, thread, or content on her personal brand. And it basically created a brand guide of what my usual voice is. And the formatting rules that I told it. And then here's the example of correct spacing that I like. Additional formatting rules. So I have it here where never use full formatting, never use M dashes ever, no long paragraphs, emojis can appear in line at the end of line naturally, blah, blah, blah. So I fed it also, this is I told it avoid AI slop. So it took that feedback and put it on here. And then content structure, basically, that I usually like to have. And then CTA conventions, where basically if someone comments scale, that gives them the scale you scorecard. Start is essentially book a call with 2XU. Workshop is workshop link for the Delegate or Automate or AI for VAs. Delegate is essentially just for the Delegate or Automate workshop that we do monthly. Then Ava is for the AI for VAs workshop specifically. So that basically skips us a lot of hours to go into and have you learn this. And I will also give it a little bit of a mini 2XU skill. And this one, I can probably show you guys live how to be able to build this. Let's build a skill where you'll have all the information about 2XU, the main business, and what we do. So kind of a little bit of the mini whoa method of who you are, what you do, who you are, great, the outcome that you want from the AI, asking it, are you ready? Or asking it, ask me questions. And then the H is essentially the how it's going to get done and how it's going to get built. But because we're already going to be feeding it a lot of information anyway, I'm just going to have it do that. I'll say, this is the 2XU internal handbook that should have everything. I'll paste it in and I'll show it back because it's a big file, and then I will click create, and now it's actually going ahead and reading the skill creator guide. And I did the same thing when I trained it on my voice, basically the feedback when I gave it also afterwards. And every single time I gave it feedback, I would ask it to update the skill based on the feedback. So for you, honey, once you have full access to this, that's the main thing to keep in mind when it comes to creating the different skills inside of Claude. And the main reason why we're adding a 2XU skill in here is partly so then you don't have to keep feeding it what 2XU does, what we focus on and what we're currently working on. And then it always like knows who 2XU is without having to even keep checking its memory, because you can just check the skill it already has.
Yeah. So the skill itself, like the markdown file you've mentioned, it can be updated as well?
Yeah. So anytime that we shift something, we change something like in an offer and what we do, you can just ask Claude, hey, can you update this skill with this information? And we'll actually do that. And you just have to make sure to save skill so it actually saves the edited.
Okay, that saves a lot of time actually.
So we basically have the 2XU knowledge skill MD, basically complete knowledge base about 2XU. It has all of our information basically of exactly the different ways that we are working with our clients. And then we're going to make sure that this is saved as a skill. And then again, anytime later on that we need to update, we can just literally ask Claude to do that. So now let's go ahead and build the different ways that we're going to have you work on things. So can you send me all of your SOPs?
Okay, so I have to grab the SOPs, right?
Yes, please. And while you're doing that, we're going to go into projects. And we're going to prepare your space essentially when it comes to repurposing a lot of the content. So what are you currently working on? So YouTube to social media, repurposer. And basically what you're trying to achieve to repurpose a YouTube transcription into posts for different social media platforms. And essentially here is a little bit of making sure that it understands what you're trying to do. So you can put in instructions, but you can also ask it to create its own instructions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to voice mode here so that it's a little bit easier and faster. Okay, so basically what you're going to be creating is the instructions for this project. Now this project, the full point is that it will grab or you'll be given a transcription from the YouTube video, and it'll be turned into multiple different things. The first one is an article that will be SEO friendly, that will be both for LinkedIn and for Leanne's website. The second one are the social media posts that we can create out of it. So creating 5 to 10 LinkedIn posts out of a single transcription that can be evergreen and posted later on, even without the YouTube video. And then it's going to be creating the carousel post from the YouTube as well that will be posted for both Instagram and LinkedIn. However, each one will have its own platform specific content that it will create based off of Leanne's writing style. So you please refer to the Leanne writing skill, and then you will also have the reference of the 2XU knowledge base. So then you have context on what 2XU does, what we focus on, what we work with, and then you will have essentially the output, the carousel, the caption for the carousel, as well as the caption writing also for the different YouTube shorts that will be created for it, but then it will be given later depending on the actual context of the shorts, as well as the caption for the teasers for the YouTube video to get people to want it. And again, there will be different captions for Instagram and LinkedIn. So then it is platform specific, knowing that for Instagram, it's mostly for a mix of possible executive assistants to hire for 2XU, but then LinkedIn is more specifically for possible clients for 2XU as well. So that's the whole plan. Not sure how much it grabbed. I think it did try to grab everything that I ever said. And I'll say continue. So SEO article for both LinkedIn and Leanne's website. LinkedIn post 5 to 10, Carousel post, Instagram and LinkedIn version. And then for YouTube short captions, no caption needed, skip this. And then teaser captions for both YouTube and LinkedIn, linking back to the YouTube video. Audience is potential clients. And the cool thing that I like with Claude is if whenever it finds something it doesn't currently have, it'll actually already install it itself. Like, install docs npm package. It's creating a way that it can create a docs file or a Microsoft doc file, which is actually pretty cool. And then while it's doing that, and it's a nice thing with Claude is we'll be creating multiple skills that you'll use when it comes to repurposing content. It will come from actual SOPs on how it's getting done. Ready? And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of the SOPs that you created, and then I'm gonna actually feed it into here. So this will take a little bit of a moment. So what you guys aren't seeing behind the scenes a little bit is I'm actually going ahead to each of the SOPs that Honey already created, and they're currently inside of Notion. So I'm downloading them as a markdown file, and then we'll be uploading each one into Claude, and then I will leave it to Claude to actually I'll do everything except for the Scale You podcast, Honey, mostly because that might be a different project that we'll create. So it says, let's build, share the first SOP, and grab all of the SOPs, feeding it into Claude. And again, these are just all the zip files, straight live from your Notion. So this is named differently because, of course, it's not formatted. I literally just grabbed all of it. So then for anyone else who's also watching this, you guys can see how quick and easy it should actually really be. So it says, now I have all 5 SOPs. Let me build the skill. So I'm going to go back into the instructions. So I already actually created the instructions. I can go ahead and click copy. I will go now into the instructions file here. And then there you go. Now, normally when it comes to projects, if you, let's say you're not the only one using this or you're using it for different projects, this is where you would ideally add as files like the skill MD file, the YouTube context. You can also upload here the SOPs that we just created. But since we're shortcutting a lot of that into skills, we're skipping a lot of them. So we're gonna let that build a lot of the SOPs into an actual skill. And now the cool thing is whether it's you or the 2XU marketing team who will be using this Claude, it already is trained on all of the current SOPs that we have anyway. And if there's a need later on to separate how you're currently doing your content versus how the 2XU team is doing or repurposing my content there, it'll be easy to separate. There'll be like a Leanne SOP repurposing file, and there'll also be a 2XU repurposing file. So that's ideally what we build later on once we have everyone else in 2XU also working and using Claude. So now it says, now I have all 5 SOPs. Let me build the skills. So let's package all of it. So we have a repurpose YouTube to article, repurpose YouTube to LinkedIn, Carousel, short video LinkedIn, and then the YouTube packaging assets. So we're gonna save each one of these. So now that's added into the whole thing. And then we're gonna go back. And now we can actually go ahead and grab a YouTube video. It's taking us this long. But we'll go ahead and I'll grab like the YouTube video, the one that we created last time, essentially, of like replacing your work. So now here is the raw transcription from YouTube. Ignore the timestamps, of course, and follow the sequence of creating content with your skills. Then it's pasted in there. That's the whole actual transcript just from YouTube. And let's see what it does and see if we actually will hit the Claude limit, because we haven't actually paid for the Claude yet. But this is for anyone who's following along. We have not yet actually even subscribed this to the paid Claude. So right now it's going through reading the Leanne social media skill. And then the 2x2 knowledge skill. So output the SEO article, how I'm replacing my EA with AI step by step. I didn't do this behind her back. My executive assistant, Honey, so it already actually went through, and she is building, or the AI is building. So this is something I like to do, Honey, and I'll do it with you. I like naming the AI assistants or projects that I'm creating. So how would you name this one?
How would I name that one?
You can name it, like, for example, like I've done it where everyone named it after like Hogwarts characters. I've named it from like music that I really like, artists that I really like. So for this one, since this is your repurposer helper, what would you want to name it?
My God, I can't think of anything else. Can we get back to this later?
We can. So who's your favorite when it comes to studying content? Who's your favorite when other than me? Who's your favorite on
It's
that one?
you. It's honestly you. It's honestly
So,
you.
Me, Leanne content machine. So we'll just call it that. Mini Leanne content machine. So we call it ML. So let's see what already created. So it already created the article. It created the LinkedIn posts. It created a, which is cool. It created a story post. It created an insight post. We didn't even ask it to do that. A before and after post. I didn't list this from your SOP. A contrarian post, a list and breakdown post, a hot take post, story post from Honey's POV angle, and then it created the carousel post, the slides, and then it went ahead and created the Instagram caption for the carousel and the LinkedIn caption for the carousel, and then the outputs basically 4 and 5 is like the short and teaser captions, which it doesn't have yet. So yeah, does that make your life easier where you don't have to keep running it through an AI writer or a Leanne writer, because it kind of just read the Leanne writer?
Actually, yes. I think it followed all of the instructions I wrote on the SOP. That's why it wrote like inside posts, something like that. And then the other one. So yeah, so happy.
Okay, so we've now replaced you on the content side. How does that feel?
Super cool. I'm imagining if like I'm using this like every day, it's gonna save me a lot of time as well. Like thinking if I keep on switch tabs and tabs again. So this is like in one place. So that's super helpful for me as well.
Gotcha. And again, as a recap, like what we've built so far, like on the skill side, we basically turned a lot of your SOPs into its own skill. We fed it like the 2x2 knowledge base, and we also fed it like the Leanne social media style. So every time that it creates anything, it will refer to that. That is essentially it for this video. So we've now replaced you a little bit on the admin side, mostly on the email. Behind the scenes, we'll be replacing you in the other skills as well. And in the other ways, we'll start like integrating a lot of the current things that we have. We've now replaced you when it comes to creating a lot of my own content. And so far, we've just been following that same like BOS AI process every single time. So in the next video, we'll be replacing more and more. We'll be looking more of your other tasks, especially on the sales side. If you guys are following through on this video and you guys are liking this content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there. Comment below any other tasks you want us to go through that Honey's currently doing, and then turning it into an AI assistant for Honey. And essentially, if you guys still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of the videos every Thursday on how to scale and build your business online, especially in the realm and the age of AI. And of course, if you are an executive assistant yourself like Honey, you can check out my other YouTube channel right here, or you can check out the latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing and wonderful day. Remember that small steps matters, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!